We're live.
This whole time I thought we were on the camera. Well, we're not yet. What the hell's all
What's
this?
up, guys? Moto Monday 28.
I said that earlier. Remember that?
Dan Dale, for the record, did call. I didn't remember which Moto Monday this was. He did.
Nice.
See?
Well
See how I roll?
Well played.
Well played.
You could tell me and Justin it was 24 and probably go, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
he would have. He would have. He's gullible.
Oh, okay. I had to set up my screen here. What's up, Mike? Mike Smith won the pro class yesterday.
Hey, Mike.
Mike.
You were here, buddy.
Was throwing down on the RM, dude.
Everybody was throwing down. Are you kidding me? It was great racing all day. All day was phenomenal. Even the little Pee Wee 50s.
It was fun watching the P's.
I love watching little bobbleheads. They're so cool.
Scott said sound.
Scott, can you not hear us?
Are you waiting for him to call in and say yes or no? What?
Good.
We're watching the comments. Can you guys hear us okay?
It's Dan's first time.
I'm a pro.
Alex, what's up, buddy? Russ, Ryan Hennessy, what's up, dude?
Well, that's
Luke.
it. Hi, guys.
Everybody's giving shots to Dan.
Okay, looks like the sound's working. Okay, guys. Just making sure. Yeah, guys, Moto Monday number 28. We have the very powerful, the very infamous Dan Dale of Riverdale Raceway out here today.
That ain't infamous.
Oh,
gosh. Oh, gosh. Go on.
You guys, just so you know, the pre-show to Moto Monday today was, good thing we got him under control, because it was...
How do you know you do?
Oh, we should really start doing like a Snapchat pre-show. Or an Instagram pre-show before we actually get started.
Yeah,
what's up, Feaster?
That would go over really well with the general public.
Tate wants to know where your pink shirt is.
Hey, dude, I got it on. Oh, that's black. Sorry. I had to go with Justin's color. Did you notice all of us are black? That's what it is.
Hey, yeah. Reece has the hat. We're rocking the same shirts today, Dan.
Well, on the outside. Yeah.
On the outside, yes.
Yeah, the inside, I got a little different one.
2018 Riverdale tees. Yours is a hoodie, but I'm sorry, sweatshirt. What's up, Andrew? So this is gonna be a fun one.
Well, not yet. Let's get going.
Here. See, this is why it's gonna be fun.
Krista, what's up? Steve.
Hey, Krista.
Dude, you're already getting Best Guest Award.
Dude, Dan has just so many comments. Oh my gosh.
I don't want to do that. We're here to talk about what? Moto.
We're going to talk about Northwest Motocross, but before we go into Northwest Motocross, we're going to talk about you a little bit.
Yep.
We don't need to, but that's okay. What do you want to say?
Front and center, Dan.
So, you're front and center.
Thank you for having me here.
Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. I know it's a little bit of a drive to come out here for this.
It's about an hour, but I don't mind. Guys are driving farther to go to my track than I am to here. So I'm appreciative of all the Moto family. I love you people. There.
You know what? We had some people show up for the riding clinic on Saturday. They came from Salem.
Yes.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. And thank you to those folks that did that. We appreciate that.
We do.
A lot of my riders come from the north, and they're somewhere 3 hours of drive just to go ride motocross. I was impressed. Totally impressed. And thank you.
Yeah, no, it was rad, which we'll get into all of that eventually. But first, I'm going to do an introduction for those of you who don't know who you are. So Dan Dale is the owner and the founder of Riverdale Raceway, which is out in Toutle, Washington.
Good old Toutle.
Good old Toutle, a town that if you blink, you'll miss it.
That's true. Except for when you go to Drew's and you get chicken. But anyway.
Yes. Oh, they have the best chicken
I know
there.
they do.
Oh, it's good
That's
chicken.
why I look what I do.
The gas station? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That's like tradition.
That's like tradition.
Yeah.
You get it. There's been times I've gotten it on the way to the track and then when I go home.
Yeah, but how come you're so skinny? You rat bastard.
I don't eat it anymore. I can't eat it on my diet. It makes me so sad. I go there and I look at all the good food and I'll just get the Diet Pepsi and maybe some carrots.
Diet Pepsi.
Yes, we all have our Diet Pepsi.
Reece.
Jesse, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming out. I know you had a long drive for it. So yeah, Riverdale Raceway, and
Don't let Dan lead the conversation.
the comments and get out of control.
I love it.
So let's go into Riverdale. So Dan,
yes,
how long have you been running Riverdale?
13 years.
Has it been 13?
It has been 13 years.
Now, when you first started it, what was there? Like the first year?
Absolutely nothing but trees.
Okay, what was the first thing you put in? Was it a drag strip or was it a motocross track?
It was the motocross track. When I bought the property in '04, I bought it in January of '04. And my concept was to build, my passion is drag racing. So I wanted to have a facility that we could use to have a national event for drag racing. Well, I was out there working, and we bought it in '04. We started logging it, clearing it, dug all the stumps up, burned all the piles, did everything myself. And this gentleman called Joel Maurer, I love Joel. A lot of you know who Joel Maurer is. He came out there one day and introduced himself and said, hey Dan, do you mind if we build a weekend motocross track for practice? I said, no, that's probably part of the overall theme of the project, which was an automotive theme park, okay? Joel came to me and introduced himself and he talked about what he wanted to do. I said, okay, what do you want to do and how's it going to work? And so he told me, 4 or 5 days in this little area over here, we're going to build a weekend practice track. 4 weeks later, he's asking for more real estate. And I'm looking at these things and they're huge. They're freaking Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier. These jumps he's made out there are monstrous. And I have never really been involved with motocross. I had not. So I did not know anything about what he was saying. So I let him do his thing, and my God, the people absolutely loved it. And as they started developing that and developing the motocross part of it, I fell in love with the people. It's the biggest family I've ever been involved with. It's huge.
Yeah.
And so that's why I continued on and put my drag strip, if you will, on the back burner because of the motocross people. And I said, oh my God, this is amazing. And I did. I fell in love with the people and the families. So that's what started Riverdale MX. It's not Riverdale Raceway anymore. It's Riverdale MX because of that.
That's crazy. Dan, since you've had the drag strip, and I've been there on practice days when you guys are running the drags, and I come from a big hot rodding background through my dad and stuff. Have you ever ran or been able to run like NHRA events out there, or did you ever get to that point with the drag racing, like what you wanted, or?
And an answer is no, because the problem with you get into a sanctioned event, they tell you what you can and can't do.
Very, very strict, and like it's their rule book at your place, basically.
That's exactly right. Okay. They're coming in, they're taking over, they're saying this is what you can and cannot do. I'm an outlaw track, and more people like that feeling of having an outlaw track than they like being sanctioned.
Right.
That being said, you cannot have the big events because you're not sanctioned.
Right.
But that's not what we're about. We're about the people. Even the drag racing community itself is more of a family than I expected. So we come out, they come out there and they run. They don't have to have all the restrictions that most NHRA facilities have.
Right.
Seat belts, helmet, and the catch can. Okay, let's go down the track. And that's what we do.
Nice.
Same thing with motocross. We're not sanctioned by AMA.
Right. Well, it's cool because the big organizations that put on the races we all see on TV for drag and moto are awesome because it's where all the pros are. You really ride, drive, whatever, race, compete. But it's cool knowing that like you're doing that same thing for the guys, the hot rod guys. Because I know a ton of guys locally that build cars, and there's guys that spend like their heart, their soul, everything they got to build a cool car, and they know they financially can't afford to go to that next realm, just like in motocross. But it's somewhere you get to go use the thing you spent all the time with your friends that you want to hang out, and you actually get to use this stuff.
Exactly.
Because it's cool looking at it in the garage, but that gets old after a while.
Well, and that's the thing with Riverdale is you come out there with drag racing, motocross, or whatever you want, you spend your money to play, you get as many runs as you want.
That's
when you
awesome.
go to a normal track, say, and I'm not going to say any names, but some of the normal tracks that we have around the area, you get 3, 4, 5 runs at the most.
Yep.
Our record right now is 34 runs in one day. The guy ran out of gas.
Oh, I was going to say, surprised his motor didn't blow up. Holy crap.
And the same thing goes true with the motocross part. You don't have classes at Riverdale. Some people like that. Some people do not like that. And, there's nothing I can do about that. But you get more seat time because of that for your dollar than anyplace else.
So let's go into that for a minute. So that's where you started, and it was Joel that helped to get you going with the motocross track. And now that was 13 years ago.
That was 13 years ago.
Now today you have, as of today 4 motocross tracks, as well as your drag strip.
Thanks for reminding me.
Sorry. And so you keep it more of a open format. You don't split it into different classes. You pay your money at the gate, you go in, you park, and you get to choose where you want to ride, and you go ride.
Correct.
And you were able to facilitate a larger amount of riders on a practice day because you have multiple tracks to choose from.
Correct.
You're very unique. You're one of the only tracks in the Northwest that has more than one track to ride on, and you have 4.
Yeah, more work.
And it is more work. And I bet with track prep too.
Yes.
A lot more work, but it is a unique situation, and for people who enjoy ride time, they understand they have to use more caution riding.
Right.
Obviously with the mixed skill levels, however, you get pretty much as much time as you want. That's what makes Riverdale kind of different,
It is a little different. It's a little more unique because of that. So you better bring a lot of gas if you want to ride it.
Which a lot of people, and I see a lot of people who are at your track often aren't even, you get a lot of the regulars and the racers and stuff, but I've noticed, I've ridden pretty much, I would like to say I hit every track in the Northwest. I haven't done it yet. I got a few on my checklist.
Not true, bro. There's definitely a
Oh no, I know I haven't. I want to.
Thanks for bringing that up, Reece.
I want to. I'm trying, but man, we've got these new ones popping up now. It's like, man, it's getting harder and harder.
Well, that's a good thing, though. I mean, the riders need more places to ride. There's
Yeah,
no question
nothing
about
wrong with the options.
Yeah, I get that.
But I've been to a lot of them, and you're unique. Now, California is a different story. There are multiple tracks down in California with your style of format, where they have multiple tracks, ride at your own risk, choose which track you want to ride on, go ride.
See, I didn't know that. I really didn't know that.
Around here, you're the only one that I am aware of, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're the only one that does that. California, yes, multiple places that do that.
But California is the motherland, and that's cheating because down there, I mean, some of my friends have gone down there for amateur nationals and stuff. Have been like, dude, when you're driving through certain towns, I mean, you can throw a stick and hit a supercross practice track.
Oh, really?
It is insane. That's what all the big companies are. I mean, comparing anybody to California it's hard to compete. That's the land. That's you know what I mean.
That is the mecca of motocross is SoCal. Unfortunately, also SoCal has smog, hippies by the million.
Oh, water restrictions
water
That's a big
restrictions.
problem right there, yeah.
Do they have restrictions on everything? You probably can't even buy a steak and it can't be 100% meat. It's got to be at least 33% vegan down there. Come on,
And we don't have a water restriction up here by any means, obviously, because
No, we got more than we need.
we got more
we
than
want
we
to ship some of it down there. We could, but no.
more than we know what to do.
That's
with.
okay, but we can handle the water. One thing about Riverdale is the fact that we do handle the water pretty well, albeit though after a day like yesterday, and we'll get into that shortly, there's ruts out there. So the ruts fill up with water.
Yeah.
So what I have to do is I have to go out there and drain all the water first, and then let it drain, and then go broom it.
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't rain again in between time, because then it turns to slop. But the dirt that we have is significantly different than anybody else, because we have that more sandy type ash dirt that allows us to run year round.
It's like almost. I mean, I don't know what that dirt actually is, but it seems more like river dredging, kind of silty.
I think you're right, yeah.
And which I know causes you issues in the summer because you have to water all the time.
Correct.
However, in the winter, it's one of the few tracks that can run and when it's wet.
Correct. Yeah.
Everyone who raced the last round of Mountain View knows what happens to Mountain View when it starts to rain. Scary. It gets scary, slick. I watched someone throw one of the fattest whips, Justin Homan. And if you're watching this, dude, I will get you next time. I was racing against him. He beat me. But I know he can. He's a metal militia rider, so I know he can do good whips. I saw him throw one of these sickest whips, and it wasn't about halfway over the jump that I realized, oh, he didn't mean to do that. He slid out on the face because he started dabbing his foot, and as he's drifting totally sideways off the track, he slid out on the jump.
Man.
So, yeah, that goes for most of the tracks in the Northwest. They're no bueno when it starts getting wet. But Riverdale is one of the few. With that soil, it actually comes in handy during the winter because you can ride.
Yeah, it does. I got to say something about Mountain View. I think that for picturesque purposes, Mountain View is probably one of the prettiest tracks, other than Washougal, that I've ever seen. And those guys do a phenomenal job up there taking care of it. So the Hewitts are straight A people.
David, I say you hit right on the money, man. Like Washougal and Mountain View, there's a reason why you see all the ads for the new bikes and stuff are at those tracks during the summer because it just looks.
I wish I had that appearance. Riverdale does not have that appearance because of the soil that we have. We can't grow grass.
Right.
But it's a trade-off.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, Dan, like it goes without doubt, and you can read the comments after the fact. Everybody's giving you tons of props. Everybody, I can speak for. I don't know. I'm sure the guys up north, especially because I see a lot of them I never see anywhere else come down to Riverdale. Everybody in our neck of the woods. The fact that there's a place that you can go practice, because like me and Justin, I feel like we are pretty big moto guys. We like dirt bikes. We ride as much as we can. But we don't have private tracks that we have access to. Like, if it wasn't for Riverdale, I hands down would not have ridden my bike nearly as much as I have in the last 4 years. Because it's somewhere I can go ride.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, it's awesome, man. It doesn't go unnoticed, and we appreciate you dealing with all the stuff you do behind the scenes, I'm sure, to let everybody have a practice track, man. You can go ride your dirt bike on a Wednesday and ride a real motocross track.
Yeah, call me first.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
But it's insane. You know what I mean? That's crazy. It's unheard of. There's nothing else, you know, especially with some of the indoor stuff going away. Like, if it wasn't for you, man, we'd be very limited on riding. So
thank you.
Mucho appreciated.
Well, thank you for that. And I got to send a shout out to all my riders. I really appreciate the way they've always supported us. It's been phenomenal. And that's the thing with this moto thing. I've never been on a dirt bike in my life. I really haven't. I mean, one time on Jones Creek in 1972. That was it.
Around.
I've ridden Jones Creek, but definitely.
You know what's weird about Jones Creek? In 1978, I was working for the Department of Natural Resources. I was a supervisor up at the Honor King.
Okay.
We built Jones Creek. I took my D7 and a buddy of mine, his TD20. We walked across Jones Creek to build that somewhere.
Wow.
And then 4 or 5 years later, we packed all those cinder blocks. We had a convict crew.
Oh,
we packed all of those cinder blocks up that hill.
That's crazy.
And here I am, how many years later, doing the same damn thing?
You did.
The hell was I thinking?
You had no idea what was coming.
I had no idea. But other than that, I've never been on a dirt bike in my life.
And here you are, owning a motocross track. 4.
Again, what the hell was I thinking?
I know.
But you know what? I got to tell you, it's because of people. It's strictly because of people. I think it's the biggest family I've ever been involved with in my life. And I really appreciate that.
There's a lot of cool people in that family.
A tremendous amount. You could be racing the two of you, and if you have a flat tire, he's going to fix it for you.
Yes.
That's what I see. I see it all the time. I say, oh my God, how can you guys do that? And then I find out what?
It's awesome, man. It's cool because like so many people and like close friends of mine now. Pretty much everybody I know is related around motorcycles.
Yeah.
And racing.
Yeah.
And it's nothing. And we all have separate lives. Everybody on the week has to go to work. Some people live in Oregon.
Some people apparently only work 1 day a week, from what I heard.
Oh God, it's a good schedule, man.
You think?
Semi-retired.
Justin running you out, by the way.
Semi-retired at 27, not bad.
And he's single.
No,
you're not. Oh, you're not single. Damn it. Sorry, woman.
The first time you ever met my girlfriend, you were hitting on her, dude.
Hey, Audrey's watching this. Don't tell her that way.
Yeah.
Hey, Audrey. Hey, by the way, while we're here, Audrey, props to you, woman. You did a phenomenal job this weekend running that race. Good job.
Yes.
Good job. And I heard about that earlier, too.
And props to Reese's girlfriend because she hits on me.
Apparently, Reese's girlfriend hits on everybody.
Oh my God, you guys. Yeah, geez.
Speaking of props, Misty. Oh my God, that woman dialed it. She took care of all their entries. She did a wonderful job running that race this weekend. Props to Misty.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's not her stage name. You know what I'm talking about.
Stage name. Okay. It happened. It's happened officially every Moto Monday. Once again, shirts off. No, we're keeping our shirts off.
You see this fat son of a gun taking his shirt off? No. Those two, okay, not this one.
Reece, take one for the team. Take your shirt off.
Nah, I'm good, dude.
Oh.
I'm on comment patrol. You guys keep going. You're doing a good
Comment.
job.
Comment.
Yeah,
Sorry.
thank you, Andrew Wells. Lock it up. We're gonna lock it up. So moving on. Let's go off to left field for just a moment. Dan, what is this I hear about you? You used to run some kind of cow chip shindig thing out there.
It was called Cow Chip Boogie.
The cow chip boogie. Tell us a
I'm
little bit.
uncomfortable already just hearing the name.
I don't know what I've seen you do before. You probably ran it.
Oh, Dan, tell us a little bit about this.
Do I really have to? Okay, Cow Chip. Cow Chip Boogie was put on by an organization that was for the totalitarian enactment of bikers' rights. Okay, bikers' rights being the people that ride down the highway. So it's primarily about Harley riders, okay, people that rode Harleys back in the day. And so what they did is they rented the property from us, and they would come out and literally put on a party of anything you've ever
Walter
seen.
says it was about crazy naked bikers and lots of beer.
That's only the beginning of it. So really,
Go on.
so it started on a Thursday, and Friday was the day where everybody started showing up. Saturday was the party night, and Sunday everybody was hungover and went home. So on Friday night they had contests, and I don't know if I can say this on the air here, but we're going to
You know
try.
what? We keep Moto Monday relatively unfiltered. This is
That's what I
not
heard
for
earlier.
9-year-old
That's okay.
children to listen
All right,
to.
so it was the gentleman's day on the stage. Let's put it that way. Okay,
Yeah.
gentleman's day on the stage, and they would cheer. And then on Saturday was the ladies' day on the stage. Okay, and they would have events where you show yourself. Okay. Which we don't do here, apparently.
We do not do this on Moto Monday. No.
Anyway, so they had contests, but during the day they would have contests of various styles, where it was the honey on home contest, and they would have oatmeal wrestling. And Tim, big shout out to Tim Jenkins. I love you, my brother. He is my right hand man. Well, he would be out there with the water truck hosing these women off after the oatmeal contest. Get that part, and then it was when I have nothing to say, we have a problem. It was a very interesting event, but it was a lot of fun. For the most part, it was very well received by most of the people that were out there. However, there were occasions where we heard of things that were not proper. So we kind of stopped doing that because we were trying to formulate a facility that was family friendly. Well, when that was going on, there was no families allowed. I mean, kids under 21 were not allowed, period, because of the activities. Well, that was good and well for a while, but after a while it did get a little bit problematic.
Fair. Okay.
So we stopped doing that.
So
we
when
were
was the last?
focused.
When was the last time you ran that?
Oh gosh, it must have been 6 or 7 years ago, I suspect.
Has it been that
I
long?
think it has been.
People still talk about it.
Oh, it was well known. It was very well known, and that's a weekend I didn't get a lot of sleep.
I would
Well,
imagine
That's
so.
not because I was out there partying with them, Reece. No, just keep it track.
Daniel King says you should bring it back.
I agree with you. But Audrey, on the other hand, not so much.
Oh man.
But
Okay, I had to bring it up just because it's one of those
Well-
things that, like, I hear from a lot of people that were not within the moto community. I bring up Riverdale, like, I remember the cow chip boogie.
okay.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Well, I appreciate you bringing it up. No, but that's
Sorry.
okay.
Dan, we keep it kind of unfiltered here. I had to bring it up.
No, I-
we can move on past it though.
I'm glad we can. We did have fun. There's no question about it. Tim had more fun than most people. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. I love you, brother.
So your track's out in Tootle. You've you've had a wide variety of stuff out there. What do you got? Anything fun in the future? Any new things you're putting in? New things you're putting on? Any?
Well, you tell me. Apparently, you're the one.
Yeah, Justin, you're running the show, man.
Yeah, that's okay with me because I want some time off. So.
I don't know how I got put on the stage here.
Yeah, well, it's your
Well-
stage. We're in it right now.
As we're going to get into probably in the next 10 minutes or so, yes, obviously there's a Riverdale Winter MX series now.
Yay.
But outside of that, I mean, you do have a new track. The
We do
fourth
have-
track is pretty new.
It is new and it's very radical.
It's got some big jumps.
Well, it does have some big jumps. And quite honestly, for those of you that know me, I'm not completely satisfied with it. But we will be critiquing it for the next 6 or 7 months. We have some things we need to do down there. That was where the former sprint boat track was. Now, the sprint boat track did not hold water. In sand, who would have thought? But it doesn't hold water.
Okay.
So we went ahead and dissolved that. We got rid of it. And we started building a motocross track down there where the old track, our original track that Joel built, was.
Okay.
Now, Joel's involved in building the new one. And it's actually quite unique in that it is a big track. There's a lot of big jumps. The problem with that being is that a lot of guys are intimidated by it. I'm intimidated by it. It's huge. And I'm not comfortable with that. So we have to do some critiquing on it. And Justin and I have been talking about that. And we'll be doing some more work on it as the year goes on. But now we're into a winter series, or a winter event where we cannot do a lot of work on it because it's too sloppy when you stir up dirt.
Yeah.
Water and dirt, and stir it up, you got mud. So we have to wait until we pick our times. But we will be working on it, tweaking it quite a bit.
Feaster wants a flat track too.
And you know, Alex, you know I'm building a flat track. Dino Days wants to come back. We want Dinosaur Days back again. That's including a motocross track and a TT track, which is what we're trying to accommodate. So, Alex, thank you for putting that in there. I appreciate it, brother. I look forward to seeing your butt down there so we can work on it. Good.
I like how Alex Feaster's one of your biggest fans, and he didn't show up for round 1 of the
I know.
Riverdale
What
series.
the hell, Alex? Really?
Drop the ball, Alex. You're known as like the Riverdale practice
Ball.
star.
He dropped.
That
He's
mic
like-
drop, right? I mean,
Yeah.
come on, really?
Jeez.
Jeez, Alex.
Disappointing.
Very, very, yeah.
You could have been out there throwing down with Smith on the two-stroke.
Have you ever seen anybody? That kid has never had a lesson in his life. He's one of those naturals.
Sucks. I hate him.
I hate him too.
Reece is the opposite.
Reece is opposite. He had a lot of lessons.
Still slow. Still slow.
Dude, I saw you out there on that little freaking bike you had the other day. Oh my God, I thought you were gonna toast.
No, we were good. It was totally in control most of the time.
Oh yeah, right. No, it was a good time. We had a great time this last weekend. Yesterday was phenomenal. I don't know if you're going into that yet. But Justin has his way of handling things, so we're getting close.
We'll get into the event in just a
I'm
moment.
jumping ahead. That's okay.
We'll finish with the new track because everyone's asking a lot of questions about it.
I can't see any of those. I'm old. See how far away that is?
It is far.
Yeah, so I know we'll get into.
We need to get
it.
somebody to donate him a 50-inch TV we can put right over the top of that.
Look
We
at-
can see them.
look
See how
at-
I did that?
Dan with the
See?
plug.
Did I see how you did that?
Dan, I like this.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone wants to
Dude,
help?
has anybody got the number to Audio Express? Let's get it.
Could we? Quick question. Could
Yes.
we start a GoFundMe page for a Moto Monday
Dude,
television in here?
when it comes to Moto, everybody needs a GoFundMe. It is so expensive.
I know.
Segway, you see that?
Segue into trying to make motocross racing more affordable. We
There you
need
go.
more two-strokes. We need more people out there on their 99 YZ250s.
Yes.
And we also need more people showing up to Riverdale Raceway for our winter series, which is probably the cheapest race series you can go to. So
He
let's get-
promoted it. He came to me with this idea, and I thought he was crazy as hell. But he did a great job. You gotta give props to Justin, because he promoted this, and he came up with this plan. And I gotta tell you, it's one of the finest plans I think I've ever heard when it comes to the families of motocross. Because it's affordable. That's number one, it's affordable. And it's fun, that's number two. So, thank you, you did a great job. Props to Justin and his crew. So, and
Thank
Reece
you.
did, but Reece didn't.
I just showed up.
I know he just showed up with chewing his mouth. Oh, that's right.
Dude, Dan, it's going to be one of those nights. Isn't
It
it?
doesn't matter. You
man.
got, whatever. It's number 28. Let's go.
I wish you guys all could have seen us screwing around right before we went live, because me and Dan, we had some zingers going. It was good.
It's the best.
What do you
Some
mean?
of those zingers don't see the light of day.
Well, yeah, you're right. There's a reason for that. We can't do that in public, so.
The Moto Monday outtakes will be when we decide to cancel the show.
I don't see
Let
why.
it all
You know what?
fly.
You know what? Why would you cancel? This is the greatest thing I've seen happening with motos. I honestly God, it really is fun. People look forward to this.
It
And
has
why
been fun.
not?
Look,
You know?
we have 40-some people watching right now. It is
That's
fun.
all? 40? Wake up! Was that guy on the TV? Wake up!
I guarantee you by tomorrow we're going to get at least 750 to 800 views. Is usually how it goes, unless we get really wild and crazy or do something stupid.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes for that happens.
Ryan Abrigo, when me and Abrigo sat down, we got a lot of viewers for that.
Ryan's
we
a
had
dude.
over 2,000.
I love Ryan. He's a great.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say that the Moto Monday with Dan Dale is gonna give the Moto Monday with Ryan Abrigo a run for its money, if not more views.
Oh, like let's not challenge.
No,
hold my beer.
No, all mood. Huge props to Ryan for everything
Yes,
he's doing.
he's a great dude.
And he can shred a dirt bike like
Oh,
nobody's doing
dude,
this.
really? I mean, he is so phenomenal.
But I will say this, Dan, like everybody loves you, man. Like everybody loves to come
No.
up there. Like I think
You made me cry. I'm gonna beat your ass outside.
this is gonna be a good one, man. I think it's
whatever.
gonna be good.
No, I gotta give props out to all the people that support me though, and help. Tim Jenke, #1 man. He is the water truck driving son of a gun I've ever seen in my life. He makes sure all those tracks. Tim, I love you. He makes sure all those tracks are perfect in the summertime. And all you guys that go out there in the summertime know that. You know, without him, I mean, I can't do it. There's no way. There's no way. Steve Corey has come on board here recently and helped take over my duties on the dozer. I got to get off the dozer because my shoulders are just shot.
Right.
42 years of running equipment, I'm toast. You know, Audrey, my wife, love her to death. She has kept me going for years. Without her, Riverdale wouldn't exist. So it's not just me, it's everybody else. You know, you two have come on board now lately and really promoted the hell out of Riverdale, and I appreciate that so much, you cannot imagine. And it's made a great facility because of what you guys have done. It's not just me, it's everybody involved. So don't give me credit, give everybody else credit.
Well, you're the one with the track.
Screw that shit.
Sorry. Nice. Get it done, man.
Whatever. I don't do it all. There's other people that are involved. They're entitled to props.
No, and you're totally right, Dan. I just wanted to say we appreciate you doing what you did, putting up the money, making the decision to make it happen because you
dumbass.
I know. God, what were you thinking? What a fiasco. Holy crap. But you doing that, just making that decision and letting motocross come into that, man, you hands down have changed riding and at least our neck of the woods for us, Clark County, Portland area, Tacoma boys. Like
way up north.
You've hands down changed riding because it gives people a place to practice all the time.
And I'm grateful for those people. I really, really am. They're wonderful people. So, and, you know, it's them too that get the props for supporting us. So, yeah, don't give it to me. Give it to them. That's okay.
So Dan,
Yes, sir.
before we go into the new race series that's going on out
Yes.
there, I got one more personal question for you.
Oh God.
Because this has been brought up a lot today.
Really?
So when I mentioned that you're going to be my Moto Monday guest, I had multiple people come to me and ask me to talk with you, like, just maybe a little tidbit about your health, man. You kind of gave us all a scare there recently.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
What happened, buddy?
Oh yeah, okay. October 11th, I had a heart attack.
Yeah.
BFD. Okay. You know what? And to me, it wasn't that big a deal. And I appreciate everybody's concern. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Because I didn't realize it was that big of a deal, right? So, yeah, I felt a little pain in my arm, my left arm. I was out the track working, doing it, and Tim and I were talking. You know, he said, hey, you don't look so good. So I had a little chest pain. I said, well, I got a gas bubble, BFD. So I went home, and I sat on the couch. They told Audrey, said, hey, you know, there may be a problem. I don't know. So we called the doctor, or the medics, and they came out, and they said, hey, you're having a heart attack. What? Okay, so fine. They took me in, put a little hole in my arm, put a stent up there, patched me up, sent me on my way. So I'm back.
So everything though, Dan, like I mean, you're. I'm assuming they told you like, hey, you need to do this, this, and this to make sure you're all right. Like you following the rules, you're doing what you need to do. Like
They did. Remember what I told you earlier? FUGM. Sounded out. Dude, we're right back at it. It's not good. I mean, yeah, it was a wake-up call. It was a slap in the face. Okay? Dumbass, you better change your routine. You better start exercising more. You better start eating right. Okay. So I have. I feel great. I honestly do. I feel great. You know, I did cardio rehab this morning or this afternoon, and before coming here, and I feel great. I really do.
Good.
So I'm ready.
You look pretty good.
Well, thank you. I'm ready to tackle a wombat, whatever the hell that is.
I would, if anyone wants to donate money for a wombat, I want to import a wombat from Australia.
Whatever.
Or a honey badger. Honey badger?
No, I don't. It
those
looks
are
like
me.
him. I don't like. You know, the honey badger's a badass. Just as badass. He MMA fights. I ain't doing that. But no, I feel great. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate all the support from the family. The motocross family, my family, everybody. Thank you so much. So, but I feel great. Yeah, let's keep on going.
Let's try not to have another one of those and put a scare in everyone.
Yes, dear.
But considering you just had a heart attack, you're looking pretty good, Dan.
But you're the only one that's ever said that. Damn, I'm gonna start dating you.
Oh, Audrey, sorry.
Sorry.
Justin, he'll wine and dine you too. He's a player.
I know that. I like that about him. Why are you down here?
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Man Crush Monday. For
Oh,
Justin
hey, now
Wharton.
we gotta change this, right? That's not Moto Monday, it's Man Crush Monday now.
Don't start that, Dan.
You're,
Oh,
next,
no.
you're next, Reece.
Oh, don't start
I
that.
like that lump in your mouth.
Oh, God.
Jimmy says you should wrestle Emu instead. They're
Oh,
easier
Emu.
to get.
Really? I thought it was an Ewok. Was it Emu? I can whoop an Ewok's ass in a heartbeat.
I don't think you can get an Ewok around here.
You're right about that.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's move on.
Wow.
So this is where we go.
Yeah, okay.
So this is the part where we go into what happened last week and what's coming up next week in All-Cross Motocross. Well, there not much went down last week other than...
Excuse me?
Wait, whoa. So we did have an Oregon State Series, I forget which round, ran at Eugene MX. I saw
Shout out to the Leeches.
Shout out to the Leeches.
Robbie, I love you, brother.
So I've yet to find any one of my friends who went to that, so I don't have any good race report on that. I'll get into why I was not there in just a minute. But I guess they got pretty lucky on the conditions. There didn't really rain. It was tacky. It was like a little muddy, but mostly tacky, so not bad conditions out there at Eugene. I would love to run Eugene in the summer, but I guess there's issues. They can't race in the summer. It's more of a summer track, though. So
Oh, you know what? They have restrictions, I think.
Yes.
I shouldn't say, but I think
there's
they
some
have
restrictions, so unfortunately, they can only do what they can do. So if anyone wants to comment that did go to Eugene, let me know how it went. They're still talking about emus and wombats right now, though.
I don't even know what the hell a wombat is.
It's cute and fuzzily.
Well, so am I.
Eric,
God.
okay, first off, Eric Walsh. I never said Homan was my buddy.
Eric, how you doing, bud?
Steven says conditions were amazing, no mud at all. Not bad. Okay, yeah. I think Mother Nature played very
Thank
nice.
God it did not rain. I love Mother Nature now.
So let's go into why I did not go to Eugene. So Steven did. He said it was great. So good. I was many hours north because apparently me and Dan are partnered up on a winter series.
This is me and Dan crap. Where did I get thrown into this?
It's kind of your track.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Unless
Shoot.
unless you're giving it to Justin.
Well, apparently I am.
So yeah.
Sorry, Audrey. She was looking for a retirement. I can't handle that.
Dude, oh my, this is awesome. Justin, you just bought Riverdale. Congratulations.
Wow.
Oh, no, that's not in writing. It's on video. It's not in writing.
So yeah. So Riverdale MX, or Riverdale Raceway, Riverdale MX, whatever you want to call it, has a winter series, and a little something that me and Dan put together. And round one was yesterday.
Yes, it was.
And we got lucky. It was cold. It was so cold, but it did not rain until it was done. When we were done racing, it was like as soon as we were done, that's when it rained.
That's what I told everybody. It wasn't going to rain until
Perfect
4:49.
And it did.
I know.
Almost on the money.
I called it.
So it was our first round. Got a lot of people out there.
It was wonderful.
There was a lot of people out there, and I'm just going to get this out of the way before we move on. For everyone who was out there, there were some snafus. I'm not going to make any excuses. All I'm going to do is make it better. We ran late. We had to miss the last few motos due to it getting dark. It's not going to happen again. And we are going to make some announcements next week on what we're going to do to make some changes on that to make everything run smoother. It was a new crew, a new computer, new microphones, new PA. Everything was all new, put together. And as 3 months ago, this wasn't even a series.
That's correct.
3 months ago, this wasn't even a thing.
It was a thought in your mind.
It was a thought in the back of my mind. I've been telling you to run a winter series.
I know that. You know I don't
And you
like
told me,
it.
well, why don't you run a winter series?
Well, yeah, and I love the racing aspect of everything. However, there's some issues with it, as we discovered, and we will get through those issues. Even though Riverdale, you can ride in the wintertime, and it's raining, even though you can ride the track, who wants to when it's pouring down rain, right? So that's why we really, and I don't want to compete with the other tracks in the summertime. That's when they run their series. So that's fine.
Yeah.
We're okay. We have been known for many, many years as being a practice track, and that's okay too. But now we're doing more than that, which is running the race series. I am so grateful that it turned out the way it did. I'm so thankful to God that we did not have a rainstorm come through.
Yes.
We had phenomenal track conditions.
I know a lot of people were scared of the weather, but we got lucky, and I had so many people tell me, Reece, you wrote it, the track was great on Sunday. And multiple people told me it was better, way better Sunday than it was even Saturday.
And Saturday was good.
So we got really lucky in the conditions, and we had a great turnout. I want to look at the numbers on how many overall bodies we had in there. I would not be surprised if we had 800 people there. Not riders, just like people, bodies.
Damn, I'd be surprised.
Because we
No,
had,
I'm just messing with you. You're right.
we had right
You're right,
around
you're right.
250 race entries.
Correct.
But a lot of those people were just like one guy brought his whole family.
Yeah. And why not? Because it didn't cost his whole family a bunch of money to get in.
And I think that is the first race that I have seen in Northwest that had free spectators.
That's all because of you, buddy, not because of me. You came up with this concept, and it really, really worked. It did well.
Well, it goes come from like a rider's perspective, guys. Like I saw Dan, I saw him for 30 seconds driving the truck around, taking care of stuff. I saw Justin for less than 5 minutes the race day during the race, and I didn't hang out with you guys at all. It was crazy. But like despite like you said the snafus and everything, which trust me, word around the pits was everybody's like, holy cow, what's going on? But unanimously, what I heard from multiple camps of people was, well, new series, they're figuring it out, like, cool, and the track. It was insane, guys. Like, we were talking about right before we went live, like, I can't believe how good the track held up. It was insane. Like, I've been there on practice days when we've had way less than half that many people there, and it gets more beat up. And I don't know if it was just because everybody was focused on race lines, they're racing, nobody was, like, just rolling jumps and throttle chopping, or who knows, but like it was crazy. The track was rad all day. It was so fun.
Good.
Yeah, the track conditions were on point. For all the little issues, we had just a lot of little issues that kind of got put together. Honestly, could have been, I have seen way worse, but we had a lot of little issues, and I know as a promoter, it is all my responsibility, and I'm pretty sure I can get this all sorted out, and it will go much smoother next time. However, a lot of stuff still did go right. We had a lot of people show up. We had some good racing. Track held together, and pretty darn good opener. And I think what we're doing is something that's going to be really beneficial to the moto community, where there's pretty much just two prices. There's $40 to race, $20 for your second class.
Mm-hmm.
Camping, spectators, everything else free. Mm-hmm. No one else is doing that. It's a little bit of a science experiment, but I think first run in the books, it went pretty good.
Yeah.
And like if we can establish something as we go along, I think this is going to be really beneficial for the sport. And I always look at the big picture. I think the big picture is much more important than what's right in front of your nose, what's right in front of your face. And so I've never ran a winter anything. This was my first quote-unquote winter race. I learned some things. It's a lot different than summer racing, actually. But Currently, I am also the race promoter out at Mountain View, helping that crew out there, and I love the entire Hewitt family out there. That's a track you can definitely not run in the winter. There's absolutely no chance on God's green earth you can run a winter race out there. It's just not set up for it.
Well, it's the dirt. It's the dirt.
The facility, the dirt, it's a lot of up and downhill clay.
It's clay.
It's not happening.
That happens.
There's a lot more tracks that run summer races than winter races. There's only a few that run winter. Here's my thought behind this. If there's not enough winter options, winter racing going on, I see a lot of these summer tracks, they just like, okay, this is our time off, we can do whatever, we can screw around, we can play on our side-by-sides, we can drink and whatever. This is our time off. What if we've been slowly over the past 5 years losing all of our winter racing? For the guys who aren't hardcore motocross addicts, like me, I consider myself pretty hardcore. Everything I do literally is kind of based around moto. Let's say,
Even though Justin's like, he's terrified of mud. He won't ride in mud. He doesn't want to use bike.
No, I will admit I'm a fair weather rider, but I am a motocross guy. I'm not going to sell. I will not sell all my bikes and go move on to some other sport. My life is based around it. There's a lot of people who are. However, the people who aren't hardcore, there's a large chunk of the community who aren't quote unquote hardcore. They do own bikes. They do ride. Some of them race, not all. A ton of them don't race. But if they have a 6-month span of not really a lot of racing going on.
Right.
Currently, right now, we have Tri-Cities, the Horn Rapids.
Mm-hmm.
We have Monroe and Woodland.
That's indoor, right? Correct.
Monroe is indoor.
Yeah.
And then you have Woodland.
Right.
If that's almost your only options, that's not a ton of options. Right. When during the summer, you can literally on any given weekend have almost like 10 plus tracks to go ride at or race at.
That's true.
So when you have less options, it's obviously not as exciting. And a lot of those will, depending on where you live, require 2 to 4 hour drive. And it's going to detract you from really getting excited about moto. Now, if that goes on for 3, 4, 5 months, you're like, why am I doing that? I'm going to start being a snowboarder instead, or I'll do a wheeler, or there's snowmobile. There's so many other things that might distract them, get them to go do stuff.
Right. Because
there's really not many options. And next summer comes around, we just lost maybe 5% of our rider base. If every single winter we lose 5% of our rider base, we're running out of riders. Now, for someone who's been in this for a long time, and who's kind of always been in the community for a long time, and like behind the scenes, like my dad used to own a pretty good sized motorcycle shop. Mm-hmm. I used to be 12 years old going out to all the races, and I used to write for Cycle News, Motorsport News, and a bunch of newspapers and stuff. I've been in it, kind of behind the scenes for a long time. Mm-hmm. What are rider turnouts and like when you first started? Let's say 2003 to 2006, mm-hmm. Probably double what we have now.
I would say.
I remember a normal Washougal race getting close to 500 riders.
Yeah, but you have to realize part of the reason for that too is not just. I mean, in 08, 09, we being Riverdale, saw a significant drop in our ridership. Mm-hmm. Well, the reason for that was because of the cost. And it was because of the recession that we went through.
Yes.
Where there was not a lot of expendable money left to go play. So people tightened up their holes and they held on to what they had. Rightfully so.
They had it happen.
Yeah, they had to. Now what you're seeing though is they're getting back into that again. And what you're doing right now with this winter race series is really responding to that need. And so people are coming out and saying, hey, you know what? Let's go race. Let's go have some fun. And that's what we need to see happen again. We need to see people come out by what you're doing, and you being JJ Wharton, are actually out there promoting this type of series. Because now it's telling everybody, hey, let's go have some fun. Let's go have some fun and let's go out as a family.
Yes.
And have fun. Therein lies the key.
Yes.
If you can get the family together and stay together, even if it's on the racetrack or whatever it is,
yes,
they're going to continue doing that. And I think that's so important. So important.
And that's what I'm a big advocate for. I want people to get into it, to have fun. I want to keep races fun. Some people make it way too serious. Have fun with it. It's supposed to be about fun. and we need to pull in the people. That's why I offer some of these programs. I come up with some of the stuff like a free Pee-wee class at some events, or the free writing clinic we did at Riverdale on Saturday.
Wonderful.
A beginner-only
wonderful
writing clinic for free.
Right.
So it's stuff like that because I want to get people into it to get the taste of it, to improve their skills so they feel comfortable showing up for a race, and to continue to show up for events. So that's why I come up with some of these programs because I want to see. I grew up in this industry. I love the industry. I want to see it thrive. Considering that I've seen it healthier, I want to get it back to at least that, if not maybe more. I'm one dude. I can only do so much, but at least if I can come up with stuff, I try to do them if I can. You know.
Trust me, I know. You and I have been talking for years, and I don't see anybody out there in the industry doing as much for the sport as you are. I really don't. You know, it's all about promotion. It's all about getting the word out there. It's all about making it affordable and making it fun.
Yes.
Okay? You made it affordable. Riverdale helped, yes, but you made it affordable for people to come out there. So now where do we go from here? We go to the next one. Is it affordable for everybody to come out there and race? You dang right. He did it. Let's do it. So props to you, Justin. Thank you. And Reece, you're just sitting there looking really damn cute. Let's throw this.
Reece is like, oh, what?
Whatever.
Well, yeah, so that's why I come up with some of these programs because I want to see this community thrive. And I don't ever want to be that guy who's just simply putting his hand out because I do obviously make a living off of this industry too. But I never want to be that guy who just simply has his hand out. I'm trying to make this industry thrive too. Like I want people to be going out, be having fun, riding a dirt bike. I feel like there's a few things that have really hurt our industry in the past 10 years. And here's my personal list. This is my opinion. So one, we hit a recession.
Yes.
That took a beating. 2, 4 strokes.
I don't know
now,
anything about that. Go ahead.
honestly, I own all 4 strokes.
Okay.
I would like to get if anyone has a cheap YZ250, let me know. I'm actually wanting to build one. But that said, 4 strokes is much. I do love them. I'm sorry, Reece. I do prefer my 4 strokes over 2 strokes. That said, though, they are more expensive. They are far more expensive to maintain, and they're making it harder for the entry-level guys to get in. I also think we need people to realize you don't need the newest, latest, and greatest dirt bike.
Hell no.
To go ride, race, or have fun. You could stick any local pro. Actually, Mike Smith won the pro class yesterday on a 05 RM250. His bike is over 10 years old, and he whooped every other pro's butt. Like, you don't need the newest, latest, and greatest bike to go out, ride, race, or have fun. And I feel like a lot of these people get in this battle of the Joneses, who has the coolest. If I have a 2-year-old bike, I'm not cool anymore.
Bullcrap.
I want to go ride a 95 CR250 steel framing piece of crap Honda and go start beating people's butts just to show that you don't need the newest, latest, and greatest. You can go ride on any old bike and still have fun and still be competitive. Is there going to be slight advantages and disadvantages? Yes. Do I have a full mod 450? I admit it, yes I do. But you don't need it. It's fun to do if you have the money. You absolutely don't need it. That is not going to make the difference.
You're right.
In first through third. You can still go win on an older bike. Reece was out there yesterday on a 90-something CR80, and you still beat modern 4-strokes.
Dude, 01 CR80, bone stock, silencer, head pipe, everything. It was so much fun. Dude.
And you had fun.
I had a blast.
Okay, therein lies the thing. How much fun can you have? You want to be the Billy Badass that goes out there and beats everybody? Sure, go ahead on it. But if you're going to go out there to have fun, go out there and freaking have fun.
It's about having fun.
A
lot of people forget that.
Simple.
So,
and the parents, the parents need to realize that as well.
True.
This is not a sport where you go out there and pound your chest and I'm Billy Badass. You go out there and you have fun. And encourage that child to go out there and just have fun. Don't go out there and try to beat everybody. Just go out there and have fun. Ride what you... I love looking at the little guys. They are so cute. I want to take them all home with me, right? I do. But they're so cute. They got these bobbleheads going on, and they're on this little, PW50, right? And they're going over these big freaking jumps, and they're thinking, hell yeah, I just did that. Well, right. Okay, you're Billy Badass. Okay, you did that. Now have fun with it. Don't take it to another extreme.
Yeah.
And they do. They love it. I love the little children that come up to me. They're 6, 7 years old, and they shake my hand. Are you kidding me? Why are you shaking my hand? I had fun. Right on, dude. Right on. High five.
Yes, high five them. Yeah.
Yes, that's what you do. So, and the parents bring those children out there. And the parents are saying, hey, this kid's having fun. I love this sport. It's a family sport. We're all staying together as a family. Cool. Do it. So, thank you.
So just to finish my things I think that are hurting it. One. It's okay.
We
get
go
sidetracked.
around corners.
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
care. What the hell?
We get sidetracked from Moto Monday.
Whatever.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. Sorry.
So that was one. Okay, so I believe the recession, the 4-strokes, nothing wrong with them except, honestly, it is cheaper to buy a 2-stroke and maintain it. And I think we need to encourage. Alex Feaster still rocking the 2-strokes. We need to encourage people to, if it's cost is a major factor, it's okay to go buy a 2005 CR250. You can still shred. You can do just fine on it. You don't need the newest, latest, and greatest. I also think we're entering now, so things are changing fast now. Dan, you're older than both of us by a lot. Sorry.
Right on. Thank you for that. All right, let me do this instead.
Everybody knows, Dan. Everybody knows what you just did. Awesome.
Dan, I'd like to pull from your wealth of knowledge right now.
Oh, shoot, I got a quarter in my pocket.
Is things true or false? Or is the way we communicate and the way we do business and the way we all talk not changing super fast right now?
Way too fast.
Instagram wasn't even a thing not that long ago, and now it's the second largest social media platform on planet Earth, worth billions of dollars. You don't even have an Instagram yet. However,
dude, let me get my walker out and go to the bathroom, okay? Are you kidding me? Throw me into the bus,
things are changing so fast. And here's one thing that's happening, is I feel like a lot of people, and the millennials, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out, are getting involved in things that are easier. Motocross is hard. Okay, motocross is one of the hardest sports out there. It's dangerous.
Second hardest sport in the world. Second most dangerous sport in the world. Bull riding being number one.
Bull riding, you gotta be half. Yeah.
We'll go down that road some
Yeah.
Another Moto Monday.
It's extremely hard.
It is.
It's extremely hard to do, and it's challenging. And I feel like the shift in just society is really going towards easier. Everything's easier. Everything's shorter. Everything's abbreviated. And you know the number one growing sport right now. You know what it is?
No.
Esports.
Esports.
As
in electronic.
As in video games.
You freaking kidding me?
It is predicted.
Get off your ass and do something.
It is predicted in 10 to 15 years.
He's sitting here doing this. Sorry. It's okay, go ahead.
It is predicted in 10 to 15 years, video game football will be more watched than actual football.
What the hell's the matter with... All right.
See?
Look, I'm old school, you know that.
And I'm good with that.
Okay, appreciate
I
that.
think people in general are getting way too sedentary, if I said that properly.
I'm that way. Because I'm old.
They're not getting out there, they're not moving, they're not challenging. And I feel like 90% of the racers, once they get to a certain speed, when they run out of where their skill level will take them by itself, just their skill level, and they actually have to start training, actually have to go to the gym, and actually have to push, they will get to be like a top intermediate. That's about as fast as you can really go for most people on pure talent alone. After that, when they have to actually work, they're like, well, this is hard, this sucks, I'm going to quit. And they quit. They get out.
Okay, what's the root of that problem?
The root of that problem is that I think it's just the current shift of everything. And, okay, my personal opinion, we'll just call it laziness. But it's the fact that all these people, they don't like pushing past that boundary of where it gets hard, and they'll go to something that's easier. Is becoming a really good Call of Duty player easier than motocross? Yes. There's no chance of getting hurt.
Okay, where the root of the problem is, and this is my personal opinion, because I'm old school, is the home life, is the parents.
Yeah.
And I'm not dissing any of the parents out there, because I support the parents that bring their children to my track. I've had parents come to me and say, my kid cannot ride if he gets below a certain grade level. And I will support that 10,000%. The kid will come to me and say, hey, I want to ride. Well, I'm sorry, I just got a call from your parent here the other day. and they said you can't ride because your grade levels, or you're acting like a little butthead, or whatever the case may be. Okay, the parents of motocross insist that their child does a certain level of expectation.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they get to that level, they can ride. That child knows that if I don't do that, I don't get to ride. That kid knows I want to ride more than anything else in the world. So they use that, which I commend the parents for that. So I've seen motocross parents come to me, and I've seen the parents and the passion that these children have in motocross, that they're willing to do whatever it takes to ride. And they mind their mom and dad. They mind their parents saying, hey, this is what you have to do. And that kid will do it.
Yeah.
So that's why I support predominantly the motocross community, because the parents are behind the kid 1,000%. And the kid will do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Pure and simple. You know, and if you don't do it, you don't get to ride. Okay, fine, I guess I'll do it then, won't I?
Good.
Damn right you will.
Yeah, I believe if you want to be a good person, you have to go through challenges.
Right.
Whether it's personal, whether it's educational, you have to be put through challenges. Challenges are what makes you a better person. You go to the gym 5 days a week. That is a challenge. It is hard.
I do that too. You notice? Actually, I am now because of my. But anyway.
But whatever it is, you know, there's a saying. It is very rare to ever meet a great man born from a great man. Because anyone who is born into an easy life, a wealthy life, usually turns out to be, a piece of shit.
Yeah. You know what? And that's something I will use from now on, what you just said. I had no idea thinking of it in that term, but you're absolutely right.
You know, you meet the people that I know or that I respect for just being a good human being and like an impressive, hardworking human, usually come from a rough background.
Absolutely.
And some of the worst, slimiest people I've ran into were born into everything handed to them on a silver platter.
You're right.
I believe you need to go through challenges in life to hone your own personal self.
Yeah.
And that goes, whatever that may be, whether that is in education, motocross. Motocross is a very hard sport. If you get far, I'm talking far, like national level speed, you had to go through some paces. You had to push yourself past any comfort zone. You can get to, like I said, you can get to be a really good intermediate simply off of whatever natural talent you were gifted with.
You're right.
After that, you got to put in hard work.
Dedication.
There's only so far talent will take you. I believe hard work can take you further than talent ever will. Mm-hmm. If you have both, you become great. Mm-hmm. However, you can't get to this certain level over here, aka national caliber, without at least putting in some good amount of hard work. And this goes way beyond, of course, motocross. This is pretty wide. So I believe in everything in life. I believe in everything in life. You need challenge to become a good person.
It's a lifestyle. It really is a lifestyle. You have to, excuse me, say that.
Reece is leaving us for a moment.
He has to go to the bathroom, folks. No, I'm just kidding.
So that's I'm throwing out some of my life psychology.
Well, no, and I think you're absolutely right. I think both you and I feel the same way in the sense that you have to put in the effort to get the reward.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is. Now, if you want to be top-notch motocrosser, go for it. I believe that. And the parents, and I still believe that family life is the basis to all there is. If you have a good family life, you will succeed. If you follow the direction that you're given, you will succeed in life, regardless of what it is. You can be a motocrosser, you can be a banker. It doesn't matter. You will succeed. So, go ahead. You got some things, comments?
I'm just catching up on some comments. But
sorry, folks, we're not staying on top of our comments.
We're going deep.
We're really doing the thing here. So, and if you're saying something and we don't respond to you, I apologize. He apologizes more than I do. He's reading it, I'm not, so I don't really care.
But I feel like that is one of the reasons why we may have people dropping out of moto. I have personal friends who I will not name who got out of motocross, and I know it is because it got too hard. They did not want to stop drinking PBRs every night. They did not want to go to the gym. It got too hard. They kept getting hurt because of poor life choices, and they quit. They sold their bikes and they quit. Motocross is hard. You want to race, you have to be good at it. To be good at it requires you to practice and train and to put in effort, and a lot of people simply like, you know what? I can play Madden on the weekends. It's way easier. It is. To me, it's not near as, I don't see why it's fulfilling. Like, I have an Xbox, sure. But that's not near as fulfilling as going out and riding my dirt bike. And this is more wideswept than motocross. Whatever personal hard sport you choose, I feel like people are not entering into it near as much because it's so much easier to go do something else.
True. But you also have to take into account there are other things that come into play, such as family life. There are people, and I prop these people out 1,000%. They put their family life out there before all their sports, whether it be motocross, whether it be working on the Xbox or whatever it is they do. Family life is pure and simple the most important thing that keeps the foundation of the United States alive. So if they choose to take away motocross to focus on their family, right on. Right freaking on. I'm okay with that. Motocross keeps us alive, yes, but at the same time, there are more important things out there than life. So I don't fault people. I've had a lot of my customers say, Dan, I haven't been out there in a long time because I got my job, my family, da-da-da-da. Right on. Go for it. That's what you need to focus on. If you want to be a motocrosser, you bust your ass. That's pure and simple. You bust your ass. And that's okay.
Not everyone can be great and 30 years old and single like me.
Oh. I'm 62 years old, married and happy. So what are you gonna?
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
That's exactly what the United States is all about. You can do whatever you want in this world, and that's what the United States is all about. Have fun with whatever you do. Make sure it makes you happy. If it makes you happy, keep on trucking. If not, find something that does.
Yes.
Yeah, find something that does. And we love motocrossers. I love the family. So, right on.
Yeah, I will say though, Dan, I have a fish now.
A fish?
I have a fish.
You like one in the bowl, or you go out in the river and catch one?
No, I have one in the bowl. I have a little
Damn, I wish I'd have known that. I brought you some smoked salmon.
Oh, I love smoked salmon.
Damn it, I forgot. Sorry.
But, yes, I have a fish. I have stepped up my responsibility level, and I now have a fish that I have to remember to feed every other day.
Emo or Oscar?
Igor.
Of course it is.
He's an evil little beta fish.
Well, how does he take after you? Right.
He's a lady killer. He kills every chick.
Right to the heart.
Every girl they put in the tank, he kills.
What are you trying to tell me?
He has no patience at all. He just kills everything you put in the tank. So that's why me and him are buddies.
There are so many things I can say right now.
Let's leave it alone. Sit your butt down, Reece. We have to finish up the show.
No, I need to finish up until I get back. God, where's my walker?
Oh, damn. Oh, man.
Reece, get back on your microphone.
I know.
You dropped
it's
it.
falling apart here, man, at the seams.
Lock the door, damn it.
Alright, so Dan will be right back. But is there anything, Reece, you were quiet there for a minute. Is there anything you want to throw in as far as the whole people not want to put out effort? Drinking PBRs or Keystone Lights?
Oh, jeez. I don't even know, dude. I don't have a whole lot to talk about it. I guess, I don't know. I was pretty fortunate growing up, man, to be honest with you. Like, I had a good family. Like, my dad bought me some dirt bikes, let me ride trails. Like, yeah, it worked, though. Definitely, like, my first car and stuff, you know, like, I had to put a motor in it myself. I had to pay for it. Like,
Good.
I mean, I definitely was fortunate. I would definitely say I was definitely brought up, didn't have to struggle, always had money, but I had to work for everything, for sure.
I think that's important.
Wasn't like hardcore military or nothing, but I would definitely say that, like growing up with that just kind of concept of like knowing that like you don't get stuff for free, man. Like you know what I mean? You have to either help somebody else out or do some type of activity, aka have a job to get money to pay for those things that you want. And that concept was with me from 14 on until today, you know what I mean? So
I'm a believer that we would have such a better, nicer, friendlier, stronger society if everyone did two things. One, at age, whatever, say 16, you were forced to take 1 month of combat training. Whatever that may be, whether it's jiu-jitsu, boxing, self-defense, Krav Maga. I hopefully I pronounced that right. Any of it, because I feel like, as someone who's fought before and did fight training, your first few weeks are so crazy. It's just like such a shock to your system. But for all the people who are overly confident and cocky, they realize, oh, there's 100 people in this local little area that can destroy me. And it knocks their ego down. And for the people with no ego, they realize, oh, I can get punched in the face and still be okay. I think it levels things. Here's my second thing. Pop back in, Dan.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. You notice I didn't come back with a new solo cup. Just check. Just letting everybody know.
Dan's slacking. So here's the other thing. So I believe everyone should be required to do 1 month of whatever particular combat training it is, just to balance some things out. Also, everyone, I think, should be dropped off 50 miles into the woods and like, okay, find your way home.
That I would do.
Because it's a hardship. It is a hardship, and I believe you will go through a whole range of emotions. You will break down. You will cry. You will scream. You'll get mad. You'll punch a tree, and you will find a way to get there. The really mentally weak may die.
You're assuming you get a gun, though.
I'm assuming most people die.
Dude, I survived a heart attack. I'm gonna wrestle a wombat. Remember that?
He's gonna wrestle a wombat. I believe if we do that, though, we're going to come out of it better people and we'll better entire society. We're getting super deep with this. We don't need to. We'll go back to Moto now.
I'll touch on this. I don't know if dropping every single individual out there in 50 miles deep in the woods with no survival training is necessarily the best thing.
It'll be summer. It'll be warm.
It would separate the men from the boys.
In the middle of summer.
Oh, God, here we go.
It'll be warm. You won't die, but you're going to go through a rough time.
All I'm saying is, I've gotten to do a couple things in my life that were definitely like pushed me to the nth degree of what I thought I could do, and it wasn't motor related. It was all the fire department stuff. Man.
And you're still a pansy.
Oh my God! Here we go.
He was 10 minutes late.
Unbelievable, Dan. Unbelievable.
And you're the only one here that's not a business owner.
You know what? Moving on. It's fine. You know.
Can we move on to next week's events?
Please, God.
Speaking of next week, who do we have on for next week? Did you see that segue? Who do you have on for next week?
Dan, he's a used car salesman.
Dude, really?
He's a used car salesman.
I will do it in a heartbeat.
I like Sarah. She's like, I like it. You'll get through it, or else you'll die and not deserve to live.
Oh, thanks, Sarah.
That's too much.
Okay, so let's move on. We got really deep there, but hey. So let's go into next week's event. So obviously, Riverdale, good time, good turnout.
Hey, by the way, next weekend is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all you folks.
Oh yeah.
Blessed be the day. And we may or may not be open on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, which is Black Friday. I'm sick of hearing that already. That happened 2 months ago. Jeez. But we may or may not be open on Black Friday because of the weather. We'll post it out there on everybody so they know.
Yeah.
But I got to go out and I've got to fix up this man's mess. Not that man.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just messing with you. But I do have to clean the tracks up and get them ready. So if we can be open next Friday, we will be. We'll post it out there on Facebook or whatever media that we have available at the time. Definitely be open Saturday and Sunday like always, every freaking weekend of the year. But we'll post it out there for everybody to know. So we're hoping we can be open on Friday, but it just depends on the weather. It's appearance of this time of year it's weather. So, but we'll let everybody know. So
cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I just meant let everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Be with family, right?
Eat some turkey.
Eat some turkey. Just be with family.
Stuff that turkey.
Turn your cell phones off.
Right.
Unless you're watching Moto Monday, then of course you got it.
Yeah, turn them on to watch Moto Monday every
And then
Monday
turn
at
them
7 p.m.-ish. 7-ish p.m.
Yeah, apparently this time it was 7:10 or 11.
Thanks, Reece.
Throw him under the bus. It's okay. We love you, buddy.
Somebody's got to be the punching bag. You get somebody like Dan Dale on here, and it's going to be,
Throw me under the bus.
A
The hell
fiasco.
did I do wrong?
Oh my God! Nothing like showing up to the track and the next time you go to practice.
Dude, I was so impressed with your ability out there on that whatever freaking bike you were riding. Dude, when you went over the finish line jump, I thought I was going to have to call the ambulance.
No.
I really did.
It
But
was-
you saved it.
We had it. It was under control,
Dude,
man. That
it's
was
like you knew what you were doing
it
or
was all
something.
part of the plan.
I'm just going to impress everybody here today. Watch this.
Real quick, I'd like to throw out a shout out to the beer man. Day in the Dirt's going down.
What?
Way far away from us down in California.
I was going to
But
say, what the hell are you talking about?
a lot of guys
Day in
from
the
around
Dirt?
here. Yeah, the Day in the Dirt. I'll fill you in.
Oh,
on it.
Day in the Dirt.
Day in the Dirt. Yes.
Day in the Dirt.
Oh boy.
Not
Yes.
Dana Dirt. but-
Sorry.
Sorry.
A Day in the Dirt.
Okay.
They have an adult mini bike class this year. Michael Behrman is
Are they all
involved
naked?
in that,
What's adult? Are they all naked? What's that all about? Adult.
meaning full grown adults on
Oh,
pit bikes.
oh, sorry.
What I do. Pit bikes.
You riding the nude? Well, hey,
No, Dan, I don't.
adults. Adults. You know, when I say adult, I think of
We're,
bookstores.
don't check Dan's Google search history.
No, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that.
You most definitely are the organizer of the Couch It Boogie. I see that.
I was.
It's all coming together.
It was fun. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways, so moving on. No problem, Mike. So let's go into. So we went into what happened last week. Let's go into what's coming up next week.
Well,
So
did
we
you
got-
explain to people what happened last week when yesterday?
Yesterday.
It's not last week, it was yesterday. We had a problem with the computer.
Well, we had we don't need to go on to all that, but
No,
yes,
no, I know, but-
we had problems with the microphone, the speaker. Someone ripped the speaker wire out.
Yeah.
We had a lot of technical difficulties, but we got through the day with a packed house. We got through it. We had to miss a few motos. I'm just gonna say it won't happen again. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna move on to the next one. Anyone who knows that when I run an event and it doesn't go right, I get super pissed off and I go out and I fix everything that I can, and it always goes smoothly next time. And that's what's gonna happen.
Amen.
This
brother.
time.
Yeah, you will. You will. Misty, wonderful job. I can't tell you enough about Misty. She sucked it up and she was awesome.
Yes. So we'll make an announcement in the next week or so on some of the changes we're going to make to smooth things out, make it go even better. But I want to say thank you to everyone who did come out for round one of the Riverdale MX Winter Series. Next round is about a month away, December 16th. So we got some time. We're going to make some tweaks. I'm going to get out there, run a ton more speaker wire, and get that freaking PA system working.
Perfect.
And it'll be bigger and better than ever. Thank you everyone who did come out. That's all I'm really going to say about it. Let's move on to next week.
And next week, or that race being right before Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to throw out a few little.
Oh, I knew you would.
We're going to have some
would.
fun with this one. We're going to have Santa hats out there. We're gonna make it fun.
That's what I was thinking right off the bat. Santa hats and elves. Don't you start with me, Reece?
Yes, if you guys want photos, be sure to check out Gate Drop Productions.
Steven, you had a voice, Steven.
Stephen Christoph out there taking photos. He has a new camera too.
Chris the Buck and Darlene.
Thank you guys for all
Yes.
your help on Saturday for the clinic.
The clinic was phenomenal. I
It
had
was
more
cool.
people come up to me and say thank you so much. And of course, Justin put it on. I love it. It was a great event. The clinic was fun. The kids had a blast, dude. The
Yeah.
kids had a fun time. And I just saw those smiles and I'm like, oh man, this is what it's all about, right?
It was a good time.
It was a great time.
I think we should do it maybe every quarter, every 3 months or so. We should put it on.
That's a
the
good
clinic.
idea. That's a good idea. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Should we do a free clinic every 3 months?
Call now. Call.
Dan, this is not 1995.
Oh, sorry.
Phone
Thank
in
you.
your vote.
I'm
Phone
trying
in
to
your vote. Phone in your vote. We'll hold up.
I'm trying to sell mattresses back here. Leave me alone.
We'll hold up the pie plate with the scorecard on. Jeez, Dan. Good lord, man.
Hey, I'm old. What can I say? Where's my walker? It's over there in the corner. Come on, man.
Just comment if you guys think we should. And yes, I know we're going to work on the gates, guys, too. But yeah, just comment. You don't have to phone in.
No, please do. Well,
That's
Justin
what I'm
Wharton.
thinking, right?
Jay
No,
Wharton
Justin.
designs.
No!
I don't want any more phone calls, Justin.
Yeah, I'll put his number out on blast right now.
You would, you rat bag. Shit, I get 30, 40 calls a day as it is. I don't want any
You're
more.
looking. Don't put it. You don't put out my phone number.
No,
Put it away.
Yeah, put up on the screen. Everybody on the screen.
All right,
Justin
you guys
Wharton.
phone in at Justin Wharton. It's 360-608.
Dude, shut it down.
7087.
Wow.
Justin for your
You know
votes.
what I gotta say. I love these guys. They put on a hell of a program every Monday. You guys gotta turn in. It's a great time. So I gotta say thank you, Justin. Thank you, Reece. You guys do a hell of a job. Thank you so much. And this is the production studio like I've never seen. Oh no, KTW Channel 8 is similar to this.
Oh, dude. People are gonna be so disappointed when they ever see the behind the
No, they
scenes.
won't ever. They won't let them in.
You guys are out of control. Okay, let's go into what's coming up next week. First,
Woodland Motocross, baby.
Wait,
Yeah.
What's the next weekend?
wait. So Saturday is going to be Monroe. Saturday night, Monroe Arena Cross.
Right, everybody.
Sunday will be Woodland.
Okay, Woodland. Wait. Okay, what's going on in Woodland? Is that is that
Just
the
a
next
regular
or is
race.
it vintage?
MX.
Oh, it's next. Okay,
Yeah.
everybody go.
So if you guys like
Andy,
indoors,
Doing a good job, Andy. Great job. Keep up the good work.
if it is sunny, there is a chance. I shouldn't say this. I've been talking. Okay, I got to fill you in, Dan.
There's no chance. Justin, he won't ride his bike in the mud and he won't show up.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
Dude,
about.
are we starting to do weather on next week? We have. No.
So Dan, you know,
Yes, sir.
I have all these speakers, PAs, mics.
So do I. Apparently.
Apparently, yes. So Woodland does not have a PA system.
Why not?
I
Do
don't
you need
know.
to borrow one?
No, ours doesn't work. So
Yeah. There you go, beat.
Whoops.
Before the comments started coming in. Oh, my
let's be
God.
real. I mean, some people, like, I would say a third of the track, which is progress. That's
Yeah.
better than zero.
Yeah.
But our PA system had problems. And whoever was running and tripped and ripped my wires out of my daisy chain of
Shame on
speakers, you took out 6 of my 8 speakers. I had 2 speakers all day.
Fortunately, Riverdale had some backup.
Yes, Dan had some backup, but I went through several PAs. I had microphone problems, and 6 of my 8 microphones got taken out by a spectator.
It's not microphones, it's speakers.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
6 of
Get
my
it
8
together, man.
speakers.
What's in the red solo?
This
It's not yours, it is.
6 of my 8 speakers
Man,
got taken out by a spectator. I will not name the spectator, but you literally took out 3/4 of my PA system. So we will get that fixed for the next one.
Yes.
But however, I still do have extra speakers. I have apparently more PA systems I know what to do with. I was considering simply bringing out a bottle of whiskey and Coke, sitting on top of my van with my speakers, my PA system, and just announcing all of them.
Stripping pole on the top of your van?
No,
Oh,
Dan.
what? You were going somewhere with this. I was trying to figure out where you're going with. What the hell's that got to do with Woodland? You were talking about Woodland a second ago.
Going out.
Are you going to Woodland and doing a stripper pole dance on your van?
Yeah, he's going to the Fat Moose afterwards. That's when he's breaking on the pole.
Amen. You need to take my. Are you going to Woodland?
No, I don't know. He is. I saw. You know me. I
What
have
the hell's
9
that got?
jobs.
You were talking about Woodland a
I
minute ago.
hear-
Now we're going
Dan,
somewhere.
thank you for calling him out.
No, I was going to say,
If
if
I
you want to take
went-
my speaker system.
No, if I went, I was saying I should go with my van, sit on the van all day with speakers all around me, and just simply announce as like a one
I
man.
can see AC/DC. Let's go. You know, going down the highway. Yo, well, are you trying to segue into taking my speaker system with you?
I think
that's
that's-
what I'm trying to figure out.
Dan, I think he's asking you in a nonchalant way if he can borrow the speakers.
Damn right.
No, I have my own speakers. Okay.
Apparently, somebody trips over them and they don't work.
Thank you, Jesse. It was a problem.
Jesse, who?
Jesse Reynolds. He
Oh, yeah,
tried to
Jesse.
rehook the speakers up for us. I appreciate it.
Jesse, you did that? Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, we're gonna run them so no one will trip them over a lot next time. But you know what? Like I said, a couple months ago, this wasn't even an event. It was a lot of last minute stuff.
Yeah.
We got to fix a few things. There were some loose wires. It happened, but hey, we still had some speakers going. But next time we'll have better sound.
You guys are really hung up on this sound quality.
I'm not. I'm willing to
As
give it
the
up.
announcer, I want people to hear me.
He did a great job. Announcing.
I know he
He
likes
said your name twice.
he likes to hear himself talk. That's for sure.
Well, we don't like to hear him talk too.
Let's be real. I hate the sound of my voice.
I know.
I sound
You know
like
what, Fine? Most
somebody
people
that-
do. Most people hate. They don't know what it sounds like. I hate the sound of my voice too. But everybody said you did a phenomenal job.
I sound like a Blink 182 dropout.
That's
I don't like
too
that.
What the hell
Mono
was
Reds.
that? A Blink 182? sorry.
Man, it's like
I'm sorry.
1999.
Dude, get
Dude,
it together,
I'm
man.
62. I was born in 55. I graduated in 73.
So-
Kiss my ass. No.
So we're telling
Sorry.
you've been listening to the same music since the 70s, basically. Never,
I'm new. ACDC is new to me. Are you kidding me? Led Zeppelin. You know, the hot. Come on, really?
oh, man. Led who?
Oh, shut up. Asshole.
My own cousin is telling me to strip.
Which one?
Jessie,
Jesse, hey, baby.
she says
I
she
haven't
misses
seen you in forever. You need to bring your kids out and let them ride.
You should tell her to quit having so many kids. She needs to slow down.
Oh, God.
I ain't going down that road.
Yeah, don't.
No, I ain't going down that road. Jesse, you do whatever you want. Makes you happy. You're good.
Matt Frank says, dude, come down to the Moto Mafia corner and throw down the speakers.
If I do come out with my speakers, it will be the Moto Mafia corner. I just hope
Probably
you guys will
my
listen.
speakers, but whatever. Okay.
Moving on. So we all know what's going down this weekend. We have Monroe on Saturday, and we have Woodland on Sunday. I'd like to at least hit one of the two. I mean, if you're hardcore, you can do both, but it takes a bit of driving.
That's a heck of a drive, Dan.
It is a bit right. Yeah.
You don't know what I'm doing for the next Riverdale race. I'm doing the Santa race on Saturday. Riverdale on
Are you
Sunday.
wearing your Santa outfit?
Yes.
Oh, please.
See,
We need to shut this down.
We're good. You know what? Support both Monroe and Woodland, because without them, we would have no place to ride except Riverdale. And you don't want to just go to Riverdale every day.
Eric
You
Wanch.
Eric, good man, good man.
Eric Wanch, if I come out to Monroe in the near future, will you bring a pit bike that is not like a TTR 125 size, like a real pit bike, a 110 or a 50 size?
And you have to take your shirt off, apparently.
Because I got $5 that says I can take you back out. This is payback for what you did to me 6 years ago.
Ooh, I got money on that one. I didn't say who, I just said I got money on it.
Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, I've developed a reputation for cleaning people out.
Really?
Yeah.
When I
I can vouch for it. Yep.
and I
I
don't
heard this
really,
about you, but that's okay.
I don't really mean to. It's not. I don't really enjoy winning that much. I just hate losing at anything.
And what's
If
the
we play
difference?
checkers,
What's the
game
difference?
on.
That's a good point.
What's the difference? You
Nothing.
hate losing, or you don't
No,
not
I
like winning?
expect to win everything I do. I just expect it. It's not even that enjoyable. I just expect it. So losing,
against his own saying by saying, okay, just check it.
Dan's here to keep it real, guys.
it's not that I enjoy winning so much. I just hate losing. So that said,
I bullshit on.
Okay.
Yes! Thank you! God, somebody finally called Justin out on the give 110% and not caring about winning. Okay.
Eric,
That's your slogan.
Eric
Whatever.
Walsh just said shirtless.
Sure, there you go.
You know how cold it is in Monroe or in
Yeah, but you know what's gonna, that's good.
Eric, you the man. I want to see you clean Justin out. I want to see that 170 TX just flipping through the roller set. Dude, oh, it's going to be good, dude. You can't open your face on Facebook Live and just be like, oh, I get away with whatever I want to
Basically,
do.
you threw down the gauntlet, so there you go.
Hold on, I'll race. Eric, if you had a bike that's similar size, let's go. I have a 50 and I have a 110.
He's already putting stipulations on it. It's a similar size, classification, steel frame, aluminum frame. Yeah, dude, Eric, you take him out in your 450. I don't care what you have to do, dude.
Oh, we can race 450s.
Oh, please, dude. This guy,
Oh, no.
he hasn't been riding off. He's friggin', he's going to pump up in the first 2 laps.
Dude, you know the only reason why people pick on you or tease you? Because they love you. Just so you know.
I'll take it, okay.
Okay, just so you know.
Eric, crap, actually, I'm pretty sure Eric was a lot, like if we were go back to our prime, Eric was a lot faster than me.
Eric says my nips already hurt.
Wait, are we really doing this shirtless?
Apparently you are
Oh,
now.
you said it's happening.
And as the program goes on, you might be less than that.
Oh man, are we
Was it
really?
a banana hammock? Was it?
No, that's too far. That's too far.
Oh, no,
You gotta
that's-
have pants on.
Yeah, because you gotta wear your knee braces and your boots. That's important. That's
Hey,
safety.
it's your story you run with. I don't care. I mean, I'm out of this one.
You know what? Apparently everyone's gonna see my nips anyways because we have now finished the Moto Monday photo shoot, which Reece
did?
not,
Really?
Reece did not show up.
Shit, it's
for.
only 9 o'clock. What the hell's wrong with
No,
you?
we did this last Thursday. We did the official Moto Monday Christmas photo shoot for everyone who donated to the Pink Fund, which thank you, Dan, for being one of the big promoters,
Thank you.
for helping us out with that. We raised about $650
Nice. Good job.
for the local tumor bank just off of one Moto Monday.
What is a tumor bank?
Okay, so the tumor bank,
See, as I would. Just check.
So I'll fill you guys in what the tumor bank is.
You're like, I'm gonna buy a car for you. Of course you make something.
Well, I saw that deer in the headline look going on.
Ah, I was even the show, Dan. Don't judge me. Oh man.
We gotta shut this down here soon. But
No, we don't
okay,
need it.
real quick though, the tumor bank. Here's what a tumor bank is. So most people don't know. If you want to go do research on cancer, how do you do it? Well, you obviously have to get some cancerous material, right?
Really? I did not know this.
Okay, so you have to get a chunk of cancerous material. A chunk about a 2-inch by 2-inch chunk of cancerous material, aka a tumor.
Seriously, the whole tumor? I mean, I'm not bullshitting, right? So you're actually taking a piece of somebody's tumor?
Yeah, so when that tumor is removed, they sell it. They don't throw it away, they sell it.
Seriously?
A 2-inch by 2-inch tumor could cost over $10,000. So not only do they charge you to remove your tumor, they then charge through the nose to sell it to researchers. So if you're a researcher who wants to test out drugs or whatever else they may think that may work for cancer, you have to pay tens of thousands of dollars just to get a tumor to test on. So a tumor bank is someone who receives donations and then they work deals and they get chunks of cancer material, tumors. And they will allow researchers that they will validate that are actually doing cancer research to come in and do research in their lab on the material that they obtained.
So if I get cancer, somebody takes a tumor out of my body.
They sell it.
That's my tumor.
No, they own it once they remove it.
I call bullshit on it. That's my tumor.
Right?
No, seriously, no, I'm not, you know.
When you sign the papers at the hospital, you give up your rights to your tumor. They then take the tumor from your body and they sell it for tens of thousands of
I
dollars.
ain't signing no papers no more. Screw that shit.
Damn.
Well, but I'm not trying to be serious, but I'm being serious. So they actually take a tumor out of your body and sell it to some research company that does research on that tumor. I call bullshit.
Andrew Wells, are you trying to kick me out of my own Moto Monday show?
Oh, Andrew, come on.
Andy wants you and me to do a Moto Monday. Just you and me.
I'm
Dan.
getting kicked
Just
out.
you and me. No, I'm not doing that shit.
Do you guys, okay, real quick.
Hey, what?
Do you guys know how much money I spent on these stupid
You see
microphones?
this microphone, this stupid microphone. This is like KGW Studios. We have this, Bill, that's the camera guy, Bill. Hey, Bill, okay, we got the camera guy, we got the studio, this is bitching.
The only thing we're missing, I need an intern. If anyone...
They'll do the
Andrew-
weather. She's gonna stand here in a bikini and do the weather.
We're not in Mexico now. Too far. So if anyone wants to volunteer, we do need an intern. Andrew, why are you trying to kick me out of my own show?
Come on, Andrew, give him a break. He owns the building. He's renting it from KGW Channel 8.
No, he's just renting it. He doesn't own it.
Okay.
You guys are out of control. Okay, so, man, we pretty much covered all
And
the
look,
time.
there's only 2 red Solo cups here. I want you to know that. Do I have one? No. Was I offered one? No.
Dan brought
Do I need one? No.
Dan brought his own cup.
Hey, Randy. This has been a lot of fun. You guys have put on a great show. People are actually looking forward to Mondays now. Besides me, I'm the only guy, I swear to God, I'm the only guy that I know that loves Mondays. And the reason why is the weekend's over. When I have a...
Take a break.
I do. On a weekend, thank you. See? On a weekend, well, he just went through Sunday, which was horrific, but wonderful job. After a weekend, it's like herding a bunch of kittens trying to do what you want to do. You build them a motocross track. You build them 4 motocross tracks. They go out there and make their own frickin' motocross on your banks, right? You've seen that. So Mondays are just peaceful. A lot of times they're very peaceful.
Yeah.
Except for this Monday because of these McClellan's. But we've had a great time. I really appreciate what you do. You guys both have done a tremendous job in the motocross community, and it's well appreciated. So thank you. If I had a solo cup, I'd tip it to you.
Well,
Nobody bothered to offer me.
Oh man. Yeah.
well, thank you, Dan.
No, thank you guys both very, very much for all you do for the motocross community. If it wasn't for you, I don't think it would be as popular as it is. Moto Mondays, a lot of fun. Tune in every Monday At 7, apparently 10, because Reece. But at 7 o'clock, you're like, whoa, throw him under the bus. Usually at 7 o'clock every Monday night.
Yes.
Right?
It's been fun. 28 of these, Reece.
That's crazy, dude.
Frick, I'm old.
You know how much fun this would be? Eric Wanch, I know you're watching. It would be fun to get you on. I know
It would
you're
be.
you're a long ways away. If you and Abrigo would both come on, that would be a fun one.
Dude, Abrigo, Eric.
Actually, I will add another seat for one more person to come down from Seattle. I want Dwayne Brown on.
I don't know.
BBR Motorsports.
Oh,
Carson
yeah,
Brown,
okay.
his
Okay.
dad.
Yeah.
The founder, the main guy behind BBR Motorsports, Dwayne Brown. I know you're going to watch this. You watch it almost every Motor Monday.
And I apologize for not remembering Dwayne. I see 10, 12,000 riders a year. I can't remember everybody's names. I see faces. I know the face, but I can't remember the name. I apologize for that. It's one of the things I'm working on. But yeah, we'll get there. So,
I think we need Ryan Abrigo, we need Dwayne Brown, and we need Eric Wanch to all come on here and talk old school motocross and to talk, obviously, pit bikes.
Oh, you got
Like
Godfather's
the
of pit bikes, dude.
OG of OG pit bikers.
dude, you need a bigger studio.
We need one more chair. Yes, we do.
At least one more chair. You need the other one you need to get on there is Jimmy Anderson.
He was here 2 weeks. No, last week. He was here last
Jimmy
week.
was? I'm sorry, I didn't see that one.
No, he wasn't on. He was he just came in. And I told
Okay.
him, you should get on Moto Monday with me. And he was like, I don't think anyone wants to get. Like, no, I think
people do.
And I'm like, Jim, you need to get on here. And he's like, I don't think I want to be in front of the camera.
No, but there is no camera. Oh, I lied. Damn it. I forgot about the camera guy, Bob back there. Or the Bill, I forgot. Anyway, there is no. Seriously, Jimmy Anderson.
Jimmy Anderson needs to get on
wonderful
here.
man. I love Jimmy Anderson. Hell of a motocross rider. One of the best. One of the best. And he is a good dude to have. Eric's another good dude to have out too. And, you know, all the other ones. Simon's another great guy to put on here.
Let's just bring on Steve Corey.
Steve Corey would be fun. We could jack
We'll
his
put his
ass up in a
bicycle right
heartbeat.
next to me.
Well, you know what? You need a bigger studio because we can get Steve, we can get Eric, we can get all these guys at one time.
We could have some fun.
You wouldn't get the word in edgewise, but yes, we would have some fun.
It would be some fun.
It would be. And the people of the motocross community are phenomenal. I just cannot tell you how much I love the people. So, that being said, this is your show. Deal with it.
Yes, and we have been running past.
Who cares?
We've been running way past 8, man.
Right? Who cares?
Oh, damn.
Whatever.
Let's go ahead and just get on out of here. So to end the show, we're gonna go through how we can find everyone, like on social media and all that good jazz. Reece, you're in the middle. We're gonna start with you. If anyone wants to follow you, how can we find you, sir? Or any last words?
For me, man, it's just Facebook. Nothing crazy. I want to give
First and last name.
Reece Bonenfant on Facebook.
Okay.
Spell it.
It'll take forever.
Dyslexic, man.
R-E-E-C-E. There.
Damn, right on. You got it, buddy. Right on. I'm impressed. Last words, man. Just want to give a big shout out to Dan. Thank you, brother, for
Thank you.
Riverdale.
Thank you, my friend.
for everything you do, man. Giving us a place to ride. It doesn't go unnoticed. Doesn't go unappreciated. It's awesome. Justin, you're like that older brother I never wanted, but thank you, dude. For
Never wanted?
that you ever do for me. I appreciate all the hookups, everything, dude, what you're doing for promoting. I don't know, dude, I got so many rad people helping me out. Joe from U of MX, Jamie, Andy Wells, Michelle from On Tap, thank you guys. Michael Metals, Beaverton Motorsports, Ben Lever. Dude, all the local shops help me out. Like, everybody cuts me a deal when I go in there. A lot of people know me from the show now, which is rad. And, dude, I don't know. Jeremiah, Gresham Power Sports, dude, everybody, all local shops. It doesn't go unnoticed, and it's mucho appreciated because this stuff's expensive. So,
Oh, yeah.
thank you guys.
Right on. Good
All
job.
right. So, Dan,
What?
we're going to get out of here. So, any last final words that you'd like to throw out? And then tell us how we can find you or Riverdale Raceway on any social media or online, like if people want to follow what you're doing.
I think you just did. Oh.
Well,
Just messing with you. You know, there are so many people in the motocross community that you need to go down the list. I mean, anybody that has anything to do with motocross has supported this sport. And for the love of the people and for the love of the sport is all you can say. That's why I do it. I don't do it obviously for the money. We do it primarily because of the people. Pure and simple. These guys right here are a shining example of why we support the industry, why we do what we do. And it's for you folks out there in motocross land that need a place to ride, want a place to ride, we're there. And we're there for you, and you're there for us. I got to give props to Justin for what he's done with this race series that we put on. Yeah, a couple faults, but you know what? They're going to get worked out, and it's going to be a buttload of fun. So we're at RiverdaleRaceway.com. You want to come out, check us out. We'd love to have you. Most of you already know about it. And thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do. Thank you. And you're the reason why we do it. So I'm done. I'm out of here.
Okay.
I'm going to go get me a red Solo Cup.
Alright, for anyone who's watching this on Facebook Live, you already know what my Facebook is. If you are watching,
What is it?
if you're watching or listening on SoundCloud or YouTube, you can find me, Justin Wharton. That's WHARTON on Facebook,
Hold
Instagram.
on. Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Tinder. He's on Grindr. He's on everything.
Right.
Justin's on every Craigslist ads. He's selling pit bikes. He's selling himself.
He's selling himself. There you go.
Actually, no Twitter.
That's the only out of all those. That's the one you decide not
Thank
to.
you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are going to get out of here. Thank you, guys. This is Moto Monday number 28.
This has been fun. This has been fun. I gotta tell you, this has been a lot of fun. I'm not talking in the microphone.
There you go. You're in the microphone now. Thank you, Dan Dale, for coming out. We're
Thank
going to
you.
get out of here. This is Moto Monday number 28.
We're gone.
We're going to be back next Monday, 7 p.m.-ish.
I got
One more shout out.
One more shout out.
What time are you gonna be here next Monday?
Don't, Dan, you're not going to be here. Doesn't matter. What
How do you
say.
know?
Oh, yeah. All the boys in the comment section are giving me crap. Big shout out to Andy, the boys at On Tap, for hooking it up on the moto van. Got to take it to Riverdale.
Sweet.
My first race, Dan, was at your track, sir.
Thanks, brother.
And
Hashtag on tap racing.
it was rad. The van's sick. And if you guys want vans, trailers, moto setup done to your rig,
That is going to cost you guys for the next Moto Monday. Be sure to check out all my advertising rates. You can email sales at jjwdesigns.com for advertising rates on Moto Monday.
And apparently some red Solo cups.
We need
What the hell is this all
sponsors
about?
for new TV and red Solo Cups for the next episode. Thank you guys. It has been fun. We are out of here.
Yay.
if you guys need motor trailers or vans, go to On Tap Racing. Bam!
Riverdale Raceway.